on, and you can call it official or unofficial. We're going to hold a debate. The candidates running for the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi County, that's right, that's the governor's seat, have all been invited. All 8 or 9 of them, whatever number it is, 4 have showed up. The rest, well, it's up to them. If you don't want to show up, it's a democracy, it's up to you. But those who show up, we will discuss issues. And I'll tell you, I did invite each and every one of them. So those of you who will start complaining that where is so-and-so, where is so-and-so, they didn't show up. The show must go on. Let's get it on. We've got 60 minutes, 4 candidates. They're all going to articulate their views. And I tell you, they all want to be governor of the 47th county. On my far end, the man who's a barrister, solicitor, political analyst, once senior advisor to then former prime minister, and now lives between Canada and Nairobi, sorry. The man with the same name twice, Miguna on the far end. Right next to him, the founder of Jesus is Alive Ministries. Somebody say hallelujah.
Hallelujah, the glory is here.
Former Member of Parliament for Storehe, Bishop Margaret Wanjiru. Right next to her, former town clerk for the city of Nairobi from 2009 to 2012, Philip Kisia. And right here next to me, they call her Mama Supu. She's the founder, chairperson of Adopt a Light, Esther Pasaris. So you may be wondering, where's Governor Kidero? Where's Mike Sonko? Where's Johnson Sakaja? Where's Eugene Wamalwa? Where's Kenneth Marende? They're not here. Let's move on. Twitter handles, at Miguna, at Bishop Wanjiru, at Philip Kisia, at Esther Pasaris. Mine is at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag we're using tonight, Race for Nairobi. Sit back. This is how it's going to work. Folks, welcome to the show. First of all, good to see you. Girl, boy. Great mix. First of all, we're going to start with 1 minute each articulation of your vision for Nairobi. Once we do that, then we get into the Q&A. I'll read some tweets. We'll get back and forth, and we'll get this show going. Miguna, we start with you. That's your camera. Your vision for Nairobi. You have 1 minute.
1 minute. Thank you, Jeff. I welcome my putative opponents to the gubernatorial seat. I want to correct Jeff. The rest are not candidates. They are aspirants. The only candidate is Miguna because I'm running as an independent candidate. I do not need a ticket of a political party or coalition. My message to Nairobi is very simple. Nairobi is in a mess. Unemployment at 65%. Most of the youth in Nairobi are unemployed. Most of them don't have accommodation. Nairobi is filthy, dirty and filthy. Nairobi lacks infrastructure. Nairobi is being looted to dry by one Evans Kidero and his cartels. Nairobi needs a man of integrity to clean it up and make sure that it works efficiently so that we can have prosperity and employment. The only man who can do it against the cartels is yours truly.
Miguna. Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, you get a minute.
Well, the glory is here. I have a vision for Nairobi, and my vision is Nairobi Mpya. Nairobi Mpya translated into English, a new Nairobi. Nairobi without garbage. There is no woman who can ever be as dirty as Nairobi is now. Nairobi will take a woman to clean it up. Creating jobs, creating wealth, especially for our youth. It hurts me as a mother to see our children, some educated, others not, but they are still talented and they have the potential in their own special way. But yet, even after 18 or 20 years, 25 years, but they're still at home or hanging around the base, doing absolutely nothing, wasting away their potential. I promise to create wealth for Nairobians. Nairobi, where markets have been built and modernized to accommodate all the hawkers, to accommodate all the traders, especially the small traders, to ensure that they do their business in a well-coordinated and facilitation by the county government for them to do their business in a proper manner. Nairobi, where all the land that has been grabbed, land for schools, land for markets, like Kamukunji Market, Uhuru Market. All the land that has been grabbed is restored back to its rightful owner.
Time's up, Bishop.
Thank you.
All right.
But I did not see a lot of hurabalus like Miguna Miguna. He said a lot of nothing. Okay, let's continue.
Philip Kisia.
Thank you, Jeff. I think you've been very unfair to me. Give me a different mic from the rest, but it's okay. Now, two things. One, who is Philip Kisia? Philip Kisia is a father, a resident of Nairobi. I hold a master's in strategic management. I'm a fellow of Kenya Institute of Management. I'm a fellow of Marketing Society of Kenya. Now, what's my vision? My vision is simple. A clean, secure, safe, vibrant, a home for all. Now, what do I mean? A city that is clean, we need somebody with knowledge and expertise that will ensure that we have a proper integrated waste management system to ensure that the waste we have is properly collected and disposed of. Secure in the sense that we need infrastructure that will ensure that our people are safe. These things like fire stations, road infrastructure that is up to speed, that meets the international standard.
Time's up. Thank you. Esther Pasaris.
My name is Esther Pasaris. I am a woman that ventured into the informal settlements to light them up. To light up the slums of Nairobi, I had to go through all the slums. And for me, I saw a problem and I found a solution. And to work that solution, I had to work with the main government, I had to work with the local authorities, and we did it with the private sector. So when I look at Nairobi, Nairobi requires all of us to come together, not to tell the citizens that this is my manifesto and this is what I'm going to do for you. It's basically to go to the people and look at what are the problems and hear it from them. We see the problems, we say garbage, we say housing, we say unemployment, but then there's so many other things. There's also proper education. All these things to be done requires us to work together, not to go in there and say, this is what, I have all the solutions. I want to work with the residents of Nairobi, participatory, and basically implement the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. You have a right to housing, you have a right to health, you have a right to education, you have a right to participation in budget control. All the things, good health, all the things that the Constitution promises you. As your governor, the working governor, I will give you services, security, and success.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, folks. That's wonderful. Let's move on. But before I ask the first couple of questions, there's a comment from the governor, because I had invited the incumbent to come and be a part of this discussion, this debate. And his Director of Communications and spokesperson, Walter Mongare Sr., sent me this WhatsApp. And I'll read it to you guys, and I'd like a comment. Quote, "The governor will not join people looking for some work to do in future. The present is that Nairobi has a governor by the name of Evans Kidero. He continues to serve the residents of Nairobi and has little time for petty politics." And then he goes on to say, "We wish you fruitful discussions, though I am not sure the panel will add much value to your great show, seeing that much of what we are doing is what they will be suggesting or wishing to do better. Again, let's meet them at the ballot next year if they at all will make it to have their names on any ticket." Esther Pasaris, your thoughts?
I think, well, obviously, every 5 years, your job becomes vacant. So that's not news. The thing is, why are we coming out? It's because we feel the governor and his team has failed us. As residents of Nairobi and as leaders, we can't sit back and say that the city is well managed. It's not. If it was well managed, then we would have footpaths for people to walk on. We would have lighting on all the inner streets. We would have less potholes. We would have no garbage or a system of collection. He's come up with this parking collection system, you know, the online through your phone. You can pay for your parking. But at the end of the day, he's not telling us accountability. What are you collecting from the parking?
Philip Kisia.
And basically, are you going to build any more parkings?
I think that is the highest level of arrogance that would come from office of the governor. But I would say this. that if there is any governor who has done zero work, it is Evans Kidero. If there's anything that he's implementing or is trying to implement, it is what I started. But let me say this. Nairobians know that the city is full of solid waste. Go to Kebra, go to Eastleigh, go to city center, go anywhere in the city, you'll find solid waste or takataka everywhere. The city is not lit, despite the fact that the central government or the national government intervened and put in street lighting at a cost of about $1 billion. He has done zero work. The only thing he has done is to increase the debt level. When I left office, I left 11.5 billion. We are now at 42 billion. So if that is what he has been doing, he has done zero. He should have been here to tell Nairobians what he has done and what he intends to do, if ever he imagines that we'll get a second chance. And in any case, there's that letter that he has written to Zani.
Yes.
Baby crying, baby crying. Why is he baby crying?
I'll get that.
Why is he crying?
I'll get that to that.
Why is he so confident?
Yes.
And he already knows that he's probably not getting that ticket. That is why he's baby crying.
Bishop, your thoughts?
I definitely want my job back. Mr. Kidero, that was my job, and you know what you did to get it and how you got it off my hands. And therefore, I can tell you, I will deal with him on that, on the ballot. And I can tell you, this time around, you cannot succeed doing what you did. I am in Jubilee, tutakutana. That notwithstanding, out of 10, how many marks can I give you? Absolutely nothing, 0. You've done nothing for Nairobis, the Nairobians. The current county government has not delivered any services to Nairobians. Only money and corruption has been stolen. Corruption every day, money going out every day. Nothing done to the Nairobians. Wait, I'm coming. Get ready, start packing.
Miguna.
That's a beautiful message.
From Kidero?
From my point of view, as a strategist and as a revolutionary, he has surrendered. To me, he has surrendered. He had a forum to come and engage, even if we were just citizens,
yes.
Civic education, or a forum, a town hall meeting, where he could educate the population. We have more than 5 million people who are waiting for the governor to explain, for instance, about his letter, about the 2 billion that has gone missing from the coffers of the public, that he has misappropriated, about the Auditor General's report, about houses that are collapsing on people and they are dying, about Kanjo Kingdom, about the cartels that have taken over City Hall. So for me, I believe that unlike Bishop, who is still fighting with him over the ODM nomination, I believe that these people were scared of the revolutionary. He knew I was coming here with not just a bazooka, a bulldozer, and would have wiped him clean. I would have used him to clean this floor. And so he surrendered. So I say, Kidero, surrender.
Yes.
Completely go, because committee is waiting.
Okay, what about Sonko not showing up? By the way, Dennis Wawero, MP for, what is it, Dagoretti South?
Yes. Dennis Wawero cannot show up when I'm here. That's the
Is that what it is?
That's the truth.
He had confirmed he was coming, Bishop.
And he needs to change. He needs to change. He cannot show up. Same show with me, he can't show up. Why? Because he has no vision. He only copies what I do. So he hears I've done this, he's seen I've done this, he copies and he does something similar. I eat in a kiosk, tomorrow you find him eating in a kiosk. I go visit a slum somewhere, I give blankets, tomorrow you'll find him giving something. Unless I do something, he doesn't do anything.
Esther.
I don't think Dennis Wawero is running for governor. That's
I
why
don't
he
think he's
probably
serious.
Oh, really?
No, I mean, in the lineup, I thought he was going to be the deputy governor.
Oh.
So this is
Deputy
not his
to
platform.
who?
To Sonko.
Oh, okay.
The
That's news
three-man
now.
lineup.
That's news.
He wasn't supposed to be.
So that's why he's not here?
Oh.
Yeah, I
Why
think
couldn't
so.
he just say that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because his people called me and said
That is new news.
he wants a
No,
whole
in the
hour.
three-piece suit, it's Sonko for governor, Dennis for deputy, and Sakaja for senator.
Oh,
so
my
that explains
goodness.
why they're probably not here.
Okay.
So you see, Jeff,
Yes.
there are problems in Jubilee, there are problems in ODM, and I don't know where my sister stands, because she doesn't have a party and she's not running as an independent. The only candidate is one. I am the only one guaranteed a ticket on the fact that I'm an independent candidate. Sonko obviously cannot debate because he has no language to debate.
Okay.
And he has skeletons all over, so you didn't expect him here.
Philip Kisia.
I don't want to talk on behalf of my colleagues. I respect them, but I think Honorable Kenneth Marende is in Garissa attending a meeting.
Is he running?
He's running. He's running
for Nairobi?
Yes.
How come we no?
He's running.
It's like a tree falling in the forest.
He is part of the Jubilee family. As for my brother Dennis Waweru, I really don't know, but maybe he's indisposed.
This is a big
indisposed. Okay, Philip Kisia, while you have the mic, let me ask you, why do you want to be governor of Nairobi County? Why?
Well, you see, the job of Governor Nairobi is a CEO job of a serious multinational company. You need to have sound managerial experience that has been proven. You need to have sound leadership skills that have been proven. I have a track record. I've worked in private sector, and where I've been, the companies have done well. I was in Sarova for 2 decades. I left. When we joined Sarova was number 4 in Kenya. We left when they were number 2. Now they're number 1. I completely revolutionized the maize industry in Kenya when I was the CEO of KICC. I was the first one to start community policing in the Republic of Kenya in the early 2000s. I ran the business community, Nairobi Central Business Community, where Esa Pasaris was one of my members, Manu Chandaria, Chris Kurubi, and so on and so forth. I have run the city. Therefore, I have a track record, both in public sector and private sector.
Hold that thought. Hester, I'll come back to you in a moment because we don't know what party you're in. Hold that thought. Bishop.
Yes.
You were at the Jubilee launch last week.
Yes.
What if you don't make the nomination for Jubilee because it's a crowded field?
First and foremost, I am certainly sure that I will make it through the nomination within Jubilee.
Can you beat Sonko?
Yes, anytime, any day, even today.
You couldn't beat him for senator in 13?
Yes, because I only had a week and a half. And Jeff, you should clap for me. I got 525,000 votes within a week and a half. That's why I say whatever Kidero did, payday is coming. Within a week and a half, and I got 525,000 votes. Now I have about approximately 10 months. Just watch and see what I will do. I will get the whole of Nairobi. That I can guarantee you. However, mine is not even about what I will get. It's about what I will do for Nairobians. Nairobi needs not just a manager, but one who can balance between the politics and the management of the county.
Are you that person?
Yes, I can balance between the politics and the management. If you don't balance the two, you will lose it.
What party are you? Are you in Jubilee?
I am in Jubilee.
Damu?
Bro. Jubilee.
Because there's rumors that you might be going back to ODM.
I can never go back to ODM. I am not ODM. You're not likely to see me wearing anything orange. I am Jubilee.
That top looks kind of orange.
No, this is pink and white unless you're colorblind. You know, men sometimes don't see the right thing. This is pink and white, brother.
It
is silver buttons unless you're focused elsewhere. I am in Jubilee and in Jubilee to stay. I was part of the formation of the party. I am now. Nobody can say you are a visitor in Jubilee. No, no, no. I've been there during the formation. I was in Kasarani all the 3 days, and I can assure you, we're going to market Jubilee across the country, and we are going to win the presidency, and we are going to win most of the counties, and we are going to win most of the MPs and the MCAs.
Would you be Sonko's running mate?
No, definitely not. Maybe he can be my running mate, but for me being his running mate, no.
Sakaja?
No. He can be my running mate.
Kisias?
Kisia, he can be my running mate. Not me being his running mate.
And Waweru?
Waweru, no, not even running mate. He can't even be my running mate.
Esther Pasari, what party are you in? Who do you represent?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was looking at the two parties. You had ODM, you had, many parties. And every party to me was a tribal party. Okay, Jubilee came up recently and said we're coming into one. And I commend them for that because we do need parties that have a national approach. So when I was thinking about that, I was looking for a party that existed that would actually not be tribal. You know, when you think of Wiper, you think of Kamba. When you think of ODM, you think of Luo. When you think of Ford, you think of Luya. TNA was Kikuyu. I didn't want that. So I coined the name Harambee Democratic Party. Unfortunately, the Registrar of Political Parties refused to register it. But we're at the tribunal, the Political Parties Tribunal. We're going there tomorrow.
So you have your own party?
Well, I'm trying to incorporate Harambee Democratic Party. They said I could not use the name Harambee, but there's nothing in law that stops me from doing that. In fact, to test it, I actually incorporated a company called Harambee Construction Limited. And I have the certificate of incorporation. So if I can do that, you have Harambee Stars, you have Harambee Sacco, Harambee State. I want Harambee Democratic Party, and then I want to unite Kenyans. I want to go for the youth and the women and the men so that we can together come and decide to have a party where we make the decisions of what we want.
Do you have enough time between now and next August?
Let me tell you something. Everything takes time, but I believe that the country has room for a party that starts off on the right track.
Miguna.
Well, Jeff, I've heard a lot of blabber from my colleagues, nothing concrete. I heard my friend Kisia saying how he's been a CEO this, CEO that,
Nairobi
and then
CBD,
he worked
yes.
But he left Nairobi in a mess. A fact is, Nairobi is not a mega city. Nairobi is not a metropole. Nairobi is very dirty. There is unemployment, and he left it there. He did not transform Nairobi. And how did he get into KICC? He was handpicked. He was not qualified. And what did he do in 2007? He switched off the light when ECK was trying to announce. No,
You're
let me
blaming
finish.
that on Kisia?
Yes.
You're blaming that on Kisia?
He was the MD.
You're blaming that on Kisia?
And listen to me. And my friend here...
By the way, you were ODM then, right?
No, listen to me. Yes, I was ODM. And I was at the KICC. And he switched off the light. So just listen to me. No, he was not in ODM.
Now
He was the
let him
KICC.
finish with Kisia, then get to me.
I
Start
did
now.
not interfere with you when you were talking.
Carry on.
I debate the way I want.
All right.
My friend here was the
I'm not your
assistant
friend,
minister.
so don't say my
Yes.
friend.
My friend was the assistant minister of housing. She was a member of ODM. What did she do? She misappropriated public property.
I didn't.
She took 5 houses
you
in
are lying. I
Kileleshwa.
have
Can
no
you keep
5
quiet when
houses?
I'm
No.
debating,
You
please?
continue with that. I will sue
Madaraka,
you. No, you are lying.
Kileleshwa,
I have no houses in Madaraka.
And the matter went to
Miguna,
parliament.
Weren't you in the same
I will
party,
sue
both of
you.
you?
Yes,
No.
yes.
Jeff,
And it was
unless
very
he
embarrassing.
withdraws.
Weren't you in the same party?
No, I will sue him
Jeff,
because
can I
he's lying.
finish?
I have no houses in Madaraka. I don't have 5 houses. He's lying.
Jeff,
How many do you have?
The man is lying.
Jeff, I think
It
is
we
unacceptable.
came here
Yes.
He did not come here
No,
to
Jeff,
lie.
can I finish,
Nairobians,
please?
No.
what our vision was
You talk about
and what we
Nairobi.
intend to
Jeff,
do.
can I
for
finish
Nairobi.
my
Okay,
presentation?
okay.
No,
No,
I
Philip
will not
Kisia.
accept
No,
it.
I have to
Bishop,
finish
yes.
my presentation.
Philip Kisia has a point. Miguna?
Yes.
I have to finish my
Talk about
debate.
presentation.
Nairobi, not
Let me
about
finish my
Kisia and
presentation.
Finish your point.
101. Stop it.
And there's
So
a
my
lawsuit.
point is
There's a
this.
lawsuit.
No,
Your point is you are not a thief and yet
Can
you're
I
the worst
finish?
of
Go
all.
on.
Get
Can I
out of
finish?
here.
Finish.
Can I finish?
Get out.
We may have to change seats at the
Yes,
break.
no, we are not changing seats.
Jeff, can I
He's-
finish?
He's going to stop lying.
Jeff,
Okay.
can I finish?
I
All right.
don't have 5
All
houses.
right.
Do you hear me?
Bishop,
Miguna?
Bishop,
finish.
Stop lying.
Bishop, don't
Such
let,
a
don't let.
Jeff. Jeff, can I
And
finish?
he's not even ashamed. He's not ashamed. He's
Bishop.
wearing a religious
Can I
cap.
finish,
Yes.
please?
Quiet.
So, Jeff,
Quiet.
the point I'm trying to make is this. Nairobi citizens are sick and tired of the status quo rubbish. The same thing. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they have no software for doing it. The software for doing this work is integrity. Who do you think will not steal public funds? Who do you trust to take care of the billions that you pay as taxes without fiddling it? The parties have failed to deliver. Look, Kideru is a member of ODM. He did not deliver even though he's a member of ODM. The Jubilee people, a lot of governors, including the MP for Dagoretti South, Mr. Waweru, the Auditor General said he misappropriated the CDF. They have been stealing left, right, and center. So it is not about Jubilee and it is not about ODM. It is about a man of integrity.
Who cares about integrity? You think people vote with their stomachs, not with their minds anymore?
No,
Miguna?
people
Well-
do care about integrity.
Well,
Nobody.
people
care
ought
about-
to care about integrity,
I
even
think
if they didn't.
you've given enough airtime.
Yeah,
Go
you're
on.
giving him a lot of airtime to say things that are not appropriate.
Go on.
First of all, he must apologize to me for lying on national television. It is unacceptable. I'll not take that kind of nonsense, whether he's a man or
Bishop,
not.
do you want me to
That I will
substantiate?
not-
Because I have the
forget
record.
about it.
No, no,
Forget
if you want
about
the
it.
records,
You
I
have-
can give you the
I
record.
Are you going to
I don't-
apologize?
Do you want the record?
Are
I
you going
don't
to
have
apologize?
5 houses
No,
in
because I have the
Madaraka.
records.
I don't have 5 houses
Does she
in Madaraka.
want the records?
Philip
for me
Kisia,
to
I don't
read
have
it?
what do you
5
have to
houses in
say?
Madaraka.
I can read the records
Stand
on
by,
national
stand by.
television.
Quiet.
Is she
And
ready
you're
for
wearing a
it?
religious
Are you
cap.
ready
Keep
for
quiet.
it?
Keep quiet.
No, I think,
Are you ready for the
Get out of
records?
here.
I think
you talk a lot of nonsense.
have it
and you
on
don't
my
deliver
fingertips.
nothing.
Nairobians,
Continue, Philip.
Nairobians have seen the type of governor that you are likely to elect.
This guy.
So just watch out. I
Yeah.
think what we want to hear from my good friend
what
Miguna,
he'll do for
and
Nairobians.
I respect you, Miguna. I respect you, despite the fact that you say that I was handpicked. I was interviewed, and I was number 1 out of 12
You are
candidates.
handpicked by
Okay?
Mudavadi.
Oh, God.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I think
But you
I
switch
know
all
how you
nights
appointed.
during
this is the type of governor likely to, and I'm happy you invited him.
Yes.
Because he has
Mind.
nothing to offer people.
Good.
He has nothing to say apart from talking nonsense,
A lot of
and
nonsense.
talking rubbish.
Yeah.
He should tell Nairobians exactly what he intends to do and how he intends to do it.
Yes. Right
If it's
here.
about integrity,
Yes.
how does he intend to bring up integrity in the office of the governor? How are you going to go about it? Don't just talk about I'll deal with corruption,
I'll give you
bring
answers right
integrity.
now.
You had the opportunity,
I'll
you
give
said
you
nothing.
answers right now.
Apart from attacking Bishop Wanjiru, you've said nothing, my brother.
Yes.
So if it's about fighting, because talk about integrity, there are two things that I'll do if
A
given
man
an
of integrity
opportunity.
doesn't fight women.
If given an opportunity,
Yes.
one is to ensure that we have systems and structures that we have started building, that were recognized even by the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission in the report of 2010. They did recognize City Hall as one of the most collaborating public institutions in fighting corruption, 2010. In 2010 again, the then Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, did recognize City Hall as an institution that was transforming by moving issuance of business licenses
The
from
most
7
corrupt
days
institution
to
in the
1 day.
Republic of Kenya.
Okay? So those are the things that somebody needs to talk about. The other thing that I'll do in fighting corruption or ensuring that, apart from systems and structures, is ensuring that I reintroduce a secretariat that formed together with the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission and set again the integrity testing program. That program had dealt with issues of corruption to a large extent, and that is why we were captured in the report of 2010
Okay, before I
as
go
a
to break.
transforming institution.
Philip Kisia, before I go to break, as the Pastor, I got to give you some airtime here and ask you the one thing you would do as governor, the one thing, if you got in, you're elected, the first thing you would do as governor, what would that be?
I think the city council requires a lot of cleaning up.
First thing.
And the employees, I would definitely have them all vetted so that we know what everybody's job is. Everybody has to understand, and then decentralize them into the wards. And then look at what are the assets of the county. You have to know the financial position of the county government. And then also, I think I read recently that the county is asking the central government to remit money to them. I think we need to have a fantastic relationship between government and the counties so that we can achieve the objectives for the citizens. Everybody's manifesto says the same thing. We will give you this, that, the other. The most important thing is to clean up the county and everybody to know what's required.
Okay.
And for me, Jeff, I worked with 300, I've employed about 400 people in my lifetime, including some deaf people. And if I look at the way we went into the slums, we did the research, we went to South Africa, we learned, we came back, we put the lights, we worked with the ministry, we had problems with the Ministry of Roads, but we put the lights up, and we actually saw it from when it was a concept to when it became a light.
And what happened to Adopt a Light today?
Well, I mean, okay, corruption came into play, and that's why I want to go in there, because I understand it. And
Can
basically,
you handle that corruption today?
you know what? It's not an easy task, and it's not a one man, one woman show. The way Miguna is talking that he can do everything, that's a lot of English and a lot of bull. Because no one person can do the whole thing. I want him to tell us, he wants to be governor. What has he ever done? I
Nothing.
lit Nairobi. I dealt with the people. I've worked with street boys. I recruited them.
So you want to know what Miguna's done?
Yeah, with Carissa
All right.
Baika,
Yes.
we actually rehabilitated the street boys. And we
done
got them
nothing
from
in his
being
lifetime.
drug addicts all the way to good employees.
Yes.
What has he ever done?
Let's
Just
ask
a
him.
lot of
Wait.
English.
Let's ask him after the break, people, because this is getting too hot.
Beautiful.
Are you ready for that
it.
answer?
I love it.
You ready for that?
Of course.
Okay.
He was fired.
Of course.
He lost his job.
Of
He
course.
was fired.
Weren't you people in the same party? Were you in the same party?
Yes.
All three of you.
Incompetent. He was fired.
Look at the one calling me incompetent.
Keep tweeting at Miguna, at Bishop Wanjiru, at Philip Kisia, at Esther Pasaris, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag Race for Nairobi. These are the candidates, the aspirants who could be governor in 2017. 11 months away, people. Who would you elect to be governor of county number 47? Jeff Koinange Live takes a break. Plenty more ahead. Wake up someone who hasn't watched this first part, because this show is smoking. Back in a moment.